Hi everyone, I finally got a new tool to try. It is the basic perforation blade, and I already had the engraving tool, so I just pressed the button on the top here, pulled off that engraving tip, and now I have a new tip that I can try. And I'm going to use it on some cool little Easter candy. The point of this is it makes it runs like the blade around, but it doesn't cut all the way through. And so, well, kind of like this. So see the back of this package here, how this had little, almost cut through, but not fully cut through. So that's basically what this tip is for, so that when I can make something like this with a little door on the back, and then they can rip open the door and get the candy inside. And so that is why I bought this, was so that I could make these little Easter egg candy treat things and use this blade on it. Okay, create perfect tear-offs and easy peel-aways using paper, cardstock, acetate, and more. Requires the quick swap housing, which is what this is. But of course it does not tell me, how do I get it out of this? Maybe if I shove this in here. No, there's something blocking there for me to put that in. Interesting. Oh, okay, I popped that thing out. There's this little cap there. So now maybe I can push this in and it'll help me pull it out of the cap. There. There! That's how you do it. Okay, so now the cap's off. And you see it has these little teeth. So I'm really excited to try this. I found a design off Abby Kirsten's website, and I am going to try making them. Okay, so this is what I was able to do with the perforated blade. I think you can see that it just cuts out get closer in here, little lines, and I have the little tab there ready to go. And so all they have to do is just pull that so that they can get inside here to get the candies. So I'll just quickly show you what you do to use the perforated blade. And basically, if you have your little design here, I guess I have to detach this first. Is basically all you do is get a shape. In my case, I was using a circle. And you'll figure out whatever size you need to make it. Okay? And then all you have to do is just go up to the operation here and switch it to perforate, and there you go. Now it's going to do a circle there. And so in this case I had added this one to here. Actually, I duplicated it because the first time I ran it through doing it once, it wasn't quite enough for, I was using white cardstock that has a bit of a, it's not smooth cardstock. So I ended up making two circles and aligning them so that it would do it twice. That was just my cheap way of not having to put it in the machine, press the button to go twice. But basically that's all you do to use the perforated blade and get yourself a nice little tearaway section. So in my other video with the mugs that I made, I promised that I would show you the Easter table favors that I was making to help decorate the table. But I forgot to put the video in. So I'm just going to post this really quickly for anybody that's interested in doing any Easter crafts on your Cricut. I got these Easter Bunny patterns, Abby Kirsten's collection.com. This pattern was free, but I had to alter it because I wanted to put the dome in, and her pattern was using some plastic little baggies to put candy in. And if you go to her website and want to try doing this, I'll just save you some time, because I literally probably cut out at least 10 to 15 pieces, adjusting the size of this hole a little bit each time, trying to get it to fit on these big 3-inch domes, and I just could never get it to fit. And then I finally noticed that her shape was actually an oval and I needed a round hole. So once I figured that out, it didn't take me too long, and I just went to this shape and then made my hole the size I needed it and sliced it myself. So I believe I ended up slicing a hole the size that was 3.1, and then I got this big pattern which was big enough. Actually no, this was the one that turned out too big, but the 3.1, I actually think I would maybe even go just like maybe 3.2, because when I was gluing it on I had a hard time stretching it still. This is the smaller size dome balls, which I actually got at Dollarama at Christmas time. And it was just a fluke that one of the patterns that I was trying ended up fitting for this one in the beginning. And you can see I had to enlarge it quite a bit to get the size for these ones. But she does have, I noticed that she now has another bunny pattern using these domes. And it's the front of the bunny instead of the back of the bunny. This one's supposed to be the back of the bunny with the tail. But she has one with a face and little hands. And that's in part of her paid membership. But they're just adorable. I just love these so much. They're so cute. And then I made some eggs too. And I actually just ended up using some of the pattern from the bunny and made my own egg shapes. And then used the same 3.1. But I noticed that she also has some fancy egg designs. But I had nice patterned paper, so I didn't need any of the fancy eggs. And then after making these, I found these flower bunnies on the same website, Abby Kirsten's website, and I couldn't resist trying them. So they're adorable. So Abby Kirsten has like a fabulous video on this. I mean, the quality of her video too is just amazing. But basically, it's just so satisfying to cut little pieces like this and stack them in together to eventually make, like you're going to glue them all together, but to eventually make these flowers like this. So you're going to glue these two together to make a little round ball, which is going to form the bottom of the bunny. So anyways, very satisfying making this and putting it all together to make a cute little table centerpiece. And again, I found the pattern on her website when I was making the other decorations. And then on this little guy, once I put him together, I just decided to embellish him a little bit with the rose in the nose, and he's got a little tail. And anyways, I am excited this year to have something creative for Easter. I don't usually do anything for Easter or any decorations even. So this has been very nice. Thank you very much, Abby, for your inspiration and your patterns. Take care, everyone.